What is up guys, it's your boy Solheim here, back with another Classic WoW video for you, and guess what? Classic Era is back. Those are a couple of words I was not expecting to say this early after the launch of Season of Discovery, but Classic Era is back, and it's absolutely booming. So today I'll be talking about Classic Era. I want to show you guys how popular it actually is. It is actually mind-blowing to me personally. I just thought I would hop back onto Farmo, and I've been leveling a character here the last couple of days, just as a side project, just leveling, having fun, watching some TV on the side, and I'm currently level 24 on a priest. First time leveling a priest in Classic WoW without Seasonal Discovery or anything. First time actually playing a priest, and here we are. So Farmo, absolutely popping off. Now the thing is, I made a video, I think it's about 10 days or 2 weeks ago now, talking about a fresh Classic WoW movement, which is still happening by the way. There's a couple of servers on Classic Era that are locked, which means that people can't transfer to them and can't transfer off them, and you have to level from scratch unless you already had characters there. So there's a fresh movement happening over there. And the fresh Classic WoW movement seems to be growing on a daily or weekly basis to where more and more people keep joining all the time. And partly, part of that reason is because even though Farmo is booming, it is really suffering from inflation, which I'll talk more about later down the line. But basically people have transferred to these servers when the TBC transfer happened, where they could copy their characters, people even paid for transfers, and people have their old fully Phase 6 Classic WoW gear, full abyss, full legendaries, and they have thousands of gold, which we'll talk about some prices later in the video. But if you want to have an environment where that's not a problem and you don't have thousands of gold to spend in GDKP, I do think these fresh servers are better when it comes to making regular pugs, leveling the normal way and just having fun in a fresh environment where people don't have thousands of gold. There's not that many GDKPs happening. You have regular DKP systems, regular raids, regular roles, stuff like that. That seems to be more the case on fresh classic servers, which are Sandalar Tribe for EU and Deviate Delight on North America, I think, right? But that being said, those servers have less players, and I am surprised at how many people are online on Farmo. So once again, I've been playing here for the last couple of days, just logging in every now and then, playing for a couple of hours and having some fun. And going over here to Stormwind, you can see already how many players are here. I did a Season of Discovery raid today, and there's more people in Classic Era in Stormwind than there was in Season of Discovery at the exact same time. It is way more people. Like, look at all these people in Stormwind. Just there's so many people. I don't understand. And trade chat and everything else is going off as well. Now, to be fair, a lot of that is GDKPs, so like looking for more GDKP, want to sell blah blah blah, stuff like this, right? People selling buffs and people selling boosts, buffs, and there are a couple of regular dungeon runs in there as well, so you will find pretty much anything. DM quest run, looking for ST, looking for last tank, regular dungeon groups while leveling, you will find that here as well. Looking for more Skolo, looking for group RFK, set M, LFM set G2SR, MSOS, so it's not only GDKPs, it's regular raids as well. You will find a little bit of absolutely everything here. Now the thing is, there are a lot of level 60s, and there's more level 60s, like way more level 60s than people actually leveling. If I had to give a somewhat statistic here, I've tried to do some player scans, but it seems to be stuck on the level 60 portion and simply doesn't do anything else. So for me, in my experience, seems to be a 90-10 difference, but where 90 people and 90% are level 60 and 10% are leveling. That being said, I have seen a lot of people leveling, even questing in Duskwood, as you can see I've been doing a little bit of here. I see a bunch of people just running through literally the graveyard. Even today I did, for example, the Rot Blossom quest, I started doing that, and the Night Watch as well, killing skeletal fiends and skeletal horrors. I met 7 people at my own level in a 10-minute window. It's like, I was not expecting to see that many people in the open world while I'm questing. I know it's popular for raiding and GDKPs, stuff like that, but even for leveling and just enjoying Classic Era, It is incredible how popular this is. Now I just want to do a /who here so you can see roughly what I mean. So if we take this and we stop this scan, for example, we can stop right there and we do a /who. Let's just do level 5 to 6. There's 23 people online right now between level 5 and level 6. Literally only those 2 levels. 23 people. If I just hide my face cam real quick, you can even take a look at it behind my face cam because I'm currently blocking a little bit. So there we go, 23 people online between level 5 and 6, which are very low level brackets, and very few of them are going to be bots, I would assume. Some of them might be, but once again, while I've been leveling myself, I meet a lot of real people. I chat with a bunch of people, make groups, do elite quests together, stuff like that, right? Say hello and stuff like that too. It's just really good, and leveling here has been a blast so far. And for anyone who maybe thinks that, I think part of the reason why these servers have been popping off is that Season of Discovery has been adding more and more stuff, and for more and more stuff they add, the less and less classic WoW this becomes, and it becomes something else, something different. And for everything they add, somebody's going to jump off that Season of Discovery hype train, because for everything they add, some people might love what they add, some people will hate what they add. It's just a matter of pleasing more people than the people you piss off. So Blizzard wants to, let's just say they want to please 70%, and they lose 30%. That is a ratio I think they can live with, and that 30% then goes and plays Classic Era. Some might go and play private servers as well, but we have seen a real resurgence of Classic Era servers after the failure, I want to say failure, of Phase 3. Phase 3 has not really been that good for SOD, but Phase 3, Season of Discovery Phase 3 might be the best thing ever to have happened for Classic Era servers. I'm just gonna put that out there and let that stir for a while, but Season of Discovery Phase 3 might be the best thing that happened for Classic Era servers. There's been so many people jumping back in Phase 3, whether that was the start of Phase 3, maybe you didn't like Phase 3 at all, maybe you quit a couple of weeks in, or it was the massive content drought of Phase 3 as well. Point is, a bunch of people have returned to the Classic Era servers. Now, that being said, the Farmo server that I'm playing on, for example, the non-fresh servers, they are suffering from inflation. Now, taking a look at some of the stuff happening here, I'm going to pull up the chat and we can look for some prices. Want to sell a Stockades boost, 100 gold for 5 runs. So 20 gold per run for 20 gold per run for a Stockades boost. A bunch of GDKP raids happening as well, where items are selling for thousands of gold, which you're not going to have when you start here. SM boosting as well, like I whispered this guy earlier. 300 gold for 5 boosts. And I would imagine if you only pay for 1, you're gonna have to pay more, or you have to pay for 5 upfront. So 60 gold per run, I've seen them go from 50 to 75. It's a lot of gold for 1 boost while you're leveling. Just for talking about the boosting perspective and the inflation here, just to show the inflation. Now me, I'm not gonna buy any boosts anyway. I like questing, I like leveling the quote-unquote normal way, but I don't mind anyone who likes to boost or likes to get boosted. It just usually isn't for me, especially on my first character. This is my first, or going to be my first, level 60 on Farmo, if or when I get there, and especially on the first character, I don't want to buy boost, I just want to quest. And that being said, like Maraudon boost as well, and going for more than 100 gold per boost, it is insane. Like being a mage and selling boosts, you're making thousands of gold per hour from that alone. That being said, if you're a brand new player, you can take advantage of this inflation as well and make more gold. The only thing is, you don't get more gold from quests, so there's no real catch up here. It is just the market is inflated. So if you are farming items that are selling on the market, or you're just farming items and selling them on the auction house, they will have an inflated price. So by picking up, for example, fishing while leveling, herbalism while leveling, and mining while leveling, you can make a bunch of gold and way more than you would have on a fresh environment server. For example, dream foils are about almost 2 gold each for a dream foil, And something you can start getting really early, like level 20 by the way, is the raw Nightfin snappers, which are selling for almost 2 gold each as well, and you can fish for these at level 20. So you can start making real gold at a really low level. So even though inflation is a bad thing, you can also use it to your advantage to catch up somewhat faster, and then once you have a little bit of gold, if you do like GDKPs, you can step foot into GDKPs and just use the gold you have to make even more gold on top. And I mean, to really show you the power of inflation and the power of grabbing both herbalism and mining, for example, arcane crystals are selling for 245 gold each. That is per crystal, 245, and what about something like Black Lotus? Black Lotus is 115 gold for a Black Lotus, so grabbing herbalism and mining, even though inflation is bad, you catch up pretty fast, and you can use this to your advantage somehow. Like Lesser Arcanum of Veracity as well, this one is selling for 2.5k. So if you farm one of these, you can literally buy your epic mount and have 1.5k left over to spend on BOEs, consumables, whatever you want. Now, as I'm closing off this video, I just want to once again show you how many people there are right now in Stormwind, and I am making this video at 11:40 PM. It is almost midnight on a regular weekday. It is 11:41 PM on a regular weekday, and this is Stormwind on Firemo. And to compare this, I'm actually going to go and log in right now to Living Flame and show you what Stormwind looks like on Living Flame, the most popular Season of Discovery server that I'm also playing on, just to show you the differences in Stormwind on both servers. Now, I don't know if that's a fair comparison, because Stormwind might be a more popular place in Classic Era than SOD, but I really don't think so, because even though in SOD, a lot of people spend their active downtime, or like when they're AFK, they AFK in Stormwind if you're playing Alliance. Either way, let's go and check it out. So this is Stormwind on Firemo Classic Era. And this right here is Stormwind on Living Flame. Once again, 11:43 PM, so only 30 seconds later, and this is what Stormwind looks like on Living Flame. I don't know if you can see a difference, but I definitely can, and you know what, I am really happy for Classic Era servers. I really am, even though once again, a lot of the raids, I want to say 95% of the raids, are GDKP raids, which I am not too ecstatic about, but it gives people a reason to keep raiding, even if they have full abyss. So I definitely understand that part, and that even makes raiding in itself more active as well, because instead of farming, getting full abyss and then quitting, you have a reason to show up every single week and keep parsing, and then you can help other people that also wants to gear up, and you get some gold back. The only thing I don't like about it is the obvious black market happening here, people buying gold illegally and stuff like that, which also further boosts botting. Like, botting exists because people buy gold, and even though not everyone buys gold for GDKPs, it is impossible for me to be blind to the fact that GDKPs definitely help. They help gold sellers sell more gold, which also helps the bots make more money and then have more bots. It's a machine that just keeps running, and if there is no GDKPs, there's usually less bots because people tend to buy less gold. That's kind of how it works. That is how we see things. You notice these things and how they work in the game. Either way, I'm really happy about the Classic Era servers, and I'm really happy to see that many people in Stormwind. It is really incredible, and as a lot of people might realize Season of Discovery is not exactly what they were looking for, at least we have something to fall back on. Something classic WoW to fall back on. Because for me, Season of Discovery has kind of gone in the wrong direction. I don't like everything they've done to the game, but at least if I ever don't want to play this again, I still have Classic Era to fall back on if I want to play Vanilla WoW. And yeah, that's basically the video. I just wanted to talk about the population of Classic Era servers without only having the fresh Classic WoW environment servers. So fresh Classic WoW, Sandalar Tribe, Deviate Delight, really incredible for fresh experiences, but even if you don't need that fresh experience, the old servers on Classic Era are absolutely popping off. Either way, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like down below, and let me know if you're playing on a Classic Era server right now in the comments as well. Either way, thank you for watching, I really do appreciate it. If anything was wrong or like different about this video, I'm making this on my brand new PC, so hopefully everything turned out alright. I guess you can let me know in the comments down below. And the plan is to be returning a little bit more to streaming now, because I took a small break as my old PC was getting really old, to the point where it was difficult to handle streaming, playing and doing stuff at the same time. This one should be better, hopefully. Either way, thank you for watching, I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you again in the next video very soon.